YouTube family. What's going on, people? Shout out to everybody that's staying focused, y'all. Shout out to everyone that's staying focused. Shout out to y'all. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just looking at something that I tried the last time I was on here. At least 1 minute of content is needed. Oh, okay, let me see. I think it was this. Um, Let me see. I think it was this. Oh, fitness. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Fitness questions. X. Hold on. Here I come, y'all. I'm just doing some X. Fitness questions. Q. All right. That's good. All right, let's put that right there. All right, we'll do that like that. Do that. All right, that's good. What's going on? Manny, shout out to Manny. What's good with you? What's good with you? We locked it loaded, y'all. Yeah, I just decided to, because last time I was on my live, actually, I think it was the live before the last time, because the last time I forgot to do this because it's something new that I just started doing, which is this little banner thing at the top of my head. That way, anybody that come into the live, they know, ask fitness questions, Q&A. Oh, actually, let me see. I gotta, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can change this. Hold on. Ask fitness questions. Q and A. Q and A. All right, that's cool. All right, that's good. Here I come, y'all. Here I come. I'm just getting situated. This was just something new that came up on my YouTube thing, so I just put that up there. Ask fitness questions, Q&A. In case somebody coming to the live that's new, they already know what time it is. Any calorie deficit hacks? What you mean? The calorie deficit is good. You don't really need no hack for that. Roheath, what's going on? R7. Manny, you don't really need no hacks for that. Just eat 500 calories less. You should know what you eating daily. It will only be a problem if you eating different stuff every time you look around. If you want to speed up the results and get the gains, you need to be fixing maybe 3 or 4 meals all the time. Just the same meals, 3-4 meals all the time. That way you know what the calories are in those meals. That way you stay in the deficit as long as you eat these meals every single day. That's the best way to do it. So if it's a hack, that's the hack. Stick to the same meals. It's the same 3 to 4 meals. You hear me, Manny? The same 3 to 4 meals. That's the hack. Let me see. It is protein and starch good for dieting? Protein is good overall. So that's a yes. Starch, Um, yeah. As in starchy carbs like that, yeah. Rice, potatoes, yeah. The whole thing about it is knowing your calorie number. Whether you in a surplus, who is that? Hose Billy. Whether you in a surplus, whether you in a maintenance, or whether you in a deficit. The starch is good as far as like if you're talking about starchy carbs, that's good as long as you not eating outside of your daily calorie window, you can pretty much eat whatever you want. Of course, we want to be eating healthy stuff, but definitely protein and definitely starch as far as starchy carbs. If you talk about potatoes, rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, yeah. Yeah. That'll be part of our macros. Are you talking about starchy carbs? That's what you're talking about, right? Let me see. Billy, you talking about starchy carbs, right, Billy? I'm just making sure. You talk about potatoes, rice, and stuff like that, right? I'm thinking that's what you're talking about. Because you said it's protein and starch food, good for dieting. If you talk about starchy carbs, rice, potatoes, yeah, oh yeah, that's a macro. The carbs is a macro. It's just that a lot of times when you hear people say they stand away from carbs and keto and all that, carnivore and all that, that's just the overconsumption of it. The carbs is a macro. The protein, the fat, and the carbs is a macro. It's just that most people overconsume it. The whole thing, you only want to eat enough carbs. You only want to eat enough starchy carbs to hold you for that day. The problem is most people are eating starchy carbs to last them until the next day. But they doing it every single day. So it keep on carrying over. What does that equal? Bigger stomach, insulin spikes, weight gain, more fat. You only need to eat enough to last you for the day. Always recommend a sweet spot of, like, for a dude, no more than 1.5 cups. That's just a sweet spot. Can you do 2 cups? You probably can, because it's based on activity level. But if you want a sweet spot without having to overthink it, and you want to make sure you fueled up for your day and have enough fuel to push for your resistance training, you can't go wrong with like 1.5 cups as a dude. Because I always recommend, even if a woman kind of skeptical, she can't go wrong with a cup. Can she do a half a cup? I mean, can she do a 1.5 to 2 cups? She probably can. It's based on activity level. But if you're talking about the sweet spot for a dude, 1.5, especially if he busy and he active and he working out. 1.5 easily. Because you're going to need it for your resistance training. Plus it's straight instant energy. Yeah, it's the overconsumption. Should you be doing 2 cups? It depends on activity level. Yeah, Billy, you can do 2. You could do 2 easily if you active and you doing resistance training. You might be walking and you busy at work. Easily doable. Because more than likely, the 2 cups is going to be just enough for that day. But you got people that's eating 2 cups worth and they not even active enough, and they hold on to one of those cups each day. So they only burning 1, but then it's a whole cup being stored, right? Just in general, extra calories, right? And they doing it every single day. I just say the sweet spot. So you see 2 cups is still close to like 1.5. I just keep it very simple, y'all. I just keep it very simple. If y'all see me looking at the top of the screen, it might be because messages, like right now, it's a message just came through. Of course, you can do a cup with each meal. Just say if you're doing 2 meals a day, you can easily do a cup with each meal. If you're doing 3 meals a day, you can easily do a cup with each meal if you're active. Maybe the 3rd meal, you might say, you know what? I'm good with 2 cups for the day. That's been working for me. Keep it simple, y'all. It depends. If you're talking about rice is like, I think 200, like white rice, I think it's 200 grams. I try not to get too crazy into like the grams. I just like to say cup because most people know what the cup is. Because even if I say the grams, it's still going to boil down to a cup. Let me see. Hold on. I got you. I think it's 200 grams because a half a cup is like 100, maybe 110 grams. Let me see. I got you. How many calories is in one? I mean, hold on, y'all. Hold on. grams. How many grams are in 1 cup of jasmine white rice?
1 cup of cooked jasmine white rice typically weighs between 140 and 200 grams. Uncooked, it's usually around 180 to 200 grams. A standard serving of cooked long-grain jasmine rice is about 100.
I meant to put cooked in there too. That make a difference. How many grams? Hold on.
Yes.
How many?
Dinner changes the weight, usually making it lighter because of water loss.
Yeah. Hold on. How many grams are in 1 cup of jasmine white rice?
One cup of cooked jasmine white rice usually weighs between 140 and 200 grams.
It says in between 140 and 200 grams. So we just gonna go with the higher number. Just say 200 grams, which I was right, because I know a half a cup is usually around 100 grams. So, yeah. So a guy can easily get away with 2 cups of starchy carbs a day if he active, y'all, because he gonna burn it up anyway. 3 cups would be pushing it. You better be super busy at work. You better be walking a lot. You better be going crazy with the resistance training and stuff like that. But a guy that's active, easily 1.5 and to 2 cups if you're very busy. That way you don't have to overthink it, because whatever you don't use for energy is going to get stored in your body as fat. So you want to make sure you're only eating enough to hold you over for those 24 hours. Because if you eating a cup more each day, don't forget it's carrying over to the next day. So whatever you don't use for energy gets stored in your body as fat. We only want to eat enough carbs, y'all, to hold us for that day. We only want to eat enough calories to hold us for that day, unless we in a surplus. Because if we in a surplus, we need to be eating more to hold us over for a little bit more than that day, so it can keep carrying over, which is what I'm doing, bulking, so I can gain weight. Yeah, but ask me whatever y'all want. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Shout out to y'all. Shout out y'all city, state, or country, whichever one is the simplest for y'all to type in the chat also, y'all. Who on here is cutting? Who on here has the muscle, but they cutting fat? Who on here is bulking, which is what I'm doing? I'm bulking. Who on here is bulking? I'm trying to see something, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. What is this? I don't know why I just done that. I gotta delete that now. Oh, you cutting, Manny? Shout out to Manny for cutting. That means you already got the muscle, or you want to build a little bit more, but because cutting is a aggressive way of losing fat. So you cutting, huh? I just pressed on something on the side of my thing. It's these new little buttons. I guess they trying to make us use more features and stuff like that. And I just clicked on this one thing, and it just said a 49-second clip would just add it to your short. So once I get off here, of course, I'm gonna go over there and delete that, because that don't make no sense. Let me see. I am cutting. Manny, you cutting, huh? So I have a problem. My elbow started hurting yesterday training tricep skull crusher. You doing them wrong. You doing them wrong. More than likely, you bringing the bar straight down to your forehead like this, right? You bringing it straight down to your forehead like this. You gotta imagine me laying down, even though I'm sitting up right now, Manny. You see me, right, Manny? You probably more than likely going like this, right? This how you doing it, right? Is this how you doing it, Manny? Let me see what he gonna say. You doing them like this and kicking like backwards. Cause when you come down, when you first setting up, you got to bring the bar slightly behind your head and then push up and outward. Yeah, you might need to lower the weight. You might need to lower the weight so you can focus more on filling in your triceps. If the weight is too heavy and you ain't getting no good form out of that, all of the weight is gonna be falling on your elbows instead of you able to get some good clean. Yeah, I made weight higher. Yeah, so it started hurting when you increase the weight, but usually it don't hurt. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you usually go lighter, but when you usually go lighter, you don't feel it, right? Yeah, it's the weight. It's too much weight, so it's gonna cause your form to be off. So all of the weight is falling on your elbows, which is your joints. Lower the weight and focus in on clean reps, because it used to do that to me also. I just wind up lowering the weight and focusing on clean reps. And then overall, it might be an exercise that you want to skip, because skull crushes ain't the best exercise for building triceps. It's not one of the best ones. So you can just skip that and go to tricep overhead extensions, the tricep regular tricep extensions. You can go to regular tricep extensions, tricep overhead extensions. You can do weighted dips. You can do close grip bench press for your tricep. It's a bunch of exercise you can do. The skull crushes is like, trust me, it's a bunch of exercise. That's not the go-to as far as why people got big triceps and why people grew their triceps. If I was you, I'd just avoid them. I don't even really do them. And every time I done it, it was really just to switch it up. So when y'all see me on videos, it's really to switch it up, because it might be somebody who actually like doing them. But even when I do it, I make sure the weight is just enough for me to feel it. Not to where, and I might be able to tell that I can go up, but I always know if I go up, it's gonna be hurting my elbows. So I do just enough on camera to show people, oh, he doing tricep, he doing skull crushes this time. I'm gonna try this whole workout he doing. Why did you stop doing them? Because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't even an exercise that blew my triceps out like that. Tricep overhead extensions, weighted dips, regular tricep extensions, close grip bench press, right? It put more focus on your triceps. It's like 5 other exercises that'll just be way better. Way better. And you don't even have to worry about your elbows hurting, and you can go up on a weight as heavy as you want. Think about all the other exercises that you probably can do for triceps that you can go up on weight on, and you don't even feel your elbows even hurting. Think about that. I'm sure you're thinking about it now, right? Let me see. Great. Do you support Israel? I support anybody that's positive and solid with what they believe in. Anybody that's solid and they believe in what they believe in, yeah, I don't have a problem with them for sure. A lot of stuff I don't even be understanding like that, so I only can give my opinion. But if a person ain't bothering me, I'm not bothering them. I wish everybody the best. Q-Man, what do you feel about doing cardio before weights? Well, cardio before weights is gonna build endurance. Doing cardio after weight is gonna burn fat. Q Man, what up? Easy question. I am currently cutting and do low intensity morning fasted walking followed by lifting. I always hear that I should do weights before cardio, but I like doing cardio first. Yeah, like I said, Q Man, you can do cardio first, but just know doing cardio first is gonna build endurance. Doing cardio after resistance training is gonna burn fat. So whichever one you is focusing on, that's how you do your cardio. You still here, Q-Man? Ask me y'all questions, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Ask me y'all questions. I'm just trying to make sure everybody good to go, y'all. We should be following a system. It should be very simple, including the nutrition, y'all. If y'all want those gains as quick as y'all can get those gains, the nutrition and the exercises that y'all do in the gym should be very simple, but very intense when it comes to y'all resistance training. What you mean? Great. Who is the queen on here? Great. Yeah, let me block this. It's always somebody, y'all. I got y'all. Hold on. That's how we do that. Let me see, Manny. Is a bro split okay to do? What you mean is a bro split? Maybe that's a typo. You mean push pull legs or something like that? Is that what you mean? I have to disagree on the take, Weezy, because I'm burning fat because I haven't eaten anything prior to doing the cardio. Low intensity directly burns fat. Yeah, the low intensity it's gonna actually burn fat because you're still burning calories as you go. But I'm just saying, like, you would burn more fat calories if you was to do your low intensity cardio. If you was to do low intensity cardio after the workout. Let's see, cause either way it go, you burning calories. Let me see. What does doing cardio before a workout do versus doing cardio after a workout do? Ask whatever y'all want, y'all. The next like chest one day. Where does it go? Doing cardio after a workout is better. So look, doing cardio after a workout is better for muscle growth and fat loss, as it allows you to lift with maximum energy while using fat for fuel. There you go right there, Q man. So you're gonna be burning fat and losing fat because you're burning calories. So that'll put you in a deficit. But if you want your body to focus more on burning fat, then you would do it at the end. This is it right here. Doing cardio after a workout is better for muscle growth and fat loss, as it allows you to lift with maximum energy while using fat for fuel. Cardio before lifting, best. Look, cardio before lifting, best for endurance. It's right here. Cardio before lifting, best for endurance. Q man, if you still here in the chat, it's right here. So you'll still lose some fat, but it ain't gonna be as if you're gonna be doing it like as if you was to do it after your resistance training. Yep. Ask whatever y'all want. Let me see. Then let me see. Let me see. Manny. So, like chest one day. Yeah, either way it go, as long as you giving the muscle like 48 hours to heal before you use it again. So the chest, the back, then the shoulders. As long as you not using the same muscle group within 48 hours, you want 48 hours to get that muscle a chance to heal. So you can do chest, you can do back, and then shoulders, and then biceps and triceps. Yeah, you can do it like that. Because notice, nothing is being used within 48 hours. You're giving it 2 days before you hit it again. That way you can get the best bang for your buck anytime you train a muscle group. You don't want to do chest today and then do shoulders tomorrow. You don't want to do back today and then do biceps tomorrow. You work in some of the same muscle groups. That's how you get injured. Ask whatever y'all want, y'all. I'm right here, locked and loaded for y'all. Ask me. Keep everything simple, y'all. If y'all doing what y'all supposed to do, if y'all on a fat and weight loss journey, y'all should be losing 2 to 3 pounds a week without even trying. Meaning that you in a calorie deficit, right? You walking an X amount of days out the week, right? You doing resistance training and you busy at work with your natural movements. Fat and weight loss right there, y'all. If y'all on a body recomp, the scale is going to be it's not going to go like a person that's on a fat and weight loss, because a body recomp, you building muscle and losing fat. So what might not look like nothing is moving on the scale might actually be moving, because you building muscle, but you dropping body fat. But the scale should still be doing something. Let me see. Should I be doing... I don't train... Let me see. I don't train what? I don't train HD. Oh, you saying you don't train legs? Oh yeah, you gotta train legs. Everybody need to train legs. What's the purpose of training everything else and not training legs? The legs is more important than anything. Because if you take your legs away, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing on the upper body. If your legs was to give out on you right now, you was to be on a walker or a wheelchair, you wouldn't even think about doing no chest, no biceps or triceps. You in a walker, you in a wheelchair. You ain't gonna be thinking about it. You want to keep those legs strong. That way, when it's time for you to bend down and tie your shoe, you can bend down and tie your shoe without feeling like you're about to fall over or your leg's about to snap. Yeah. Ask whatever y'all want, y'all. I'm about to be back on here for probably about 10 more minutes. It was a challenging day for me, but I still made stuff happen, y'all. I'm used to it, but just had to figure out some stuff and maneuver through some stuff. This like my second live for today. I was on another platform live over there earlier for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I got 2 meal plans too for y'all, just so y'all know. I have 2 meal plans for y'all. 2. So, I got a fat and weight loss meal planner. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's designed to keep you in a deficit, right? So just say you got a meal plan in place and you got a taste for something different, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All you have to do is pick whatever you see on that meal planner, all the ingredients, all the measurements, which I simplified all the ingredients. It ain't 20 ingredients for this particular meal. It ain't 10 ingredients for this. It's simple, y'all. You pick whichever one you like. The calories are automatically adjusted out to keep you in a deficit and put you in a deficit, right? So so the scale can keep going down. Then the other one is for everyone else, which is healthy meal plan, body recomp, bulking, which is what I'm doing. Somebody might be 60, 70 years old and they might just want a nice solid system to be in place, calories, carbs, and all that type stuff, lifestyle. That's for everybody else. So it's everybody else healthy meal plan, and then it's a fat and weight loss meal planner. Yep. Fat and weight loss meal planner, y'all. So y'all check that out when y'all get a chance. It's in my description. If y'all don't see it, y'all can probably go to my, because I think I gotta add one on there. I know I got the fat and weight loss. I know I got the how to eat guide. I think I gotta add, because I got it on this other, on my link tree, but I don't think I added it to the website thing. But either way it go, if y'all don't see the healthy meal plan, y'all might just see the fat and weight loss meal planner. If y'all don't see the healthy meal plan on the website, which I'm almost sure I didn't add it on there, then y'all can just when y'all get on the website, y'all can email me. It'll say info@manunfit. Email me and I just send y'all the link through email and y'all can go purchase it from there. Y'all go purchase from there. Or I might just, once I get off this live, I might put my link tree link in a community tab for y'all to just click on and y'all to see it up under there. That's probably what I do. And then I add it to the website probably tomorrow or something. Let me see. Should I be it's okay if I just stick to a machine for legs? I mean, just like you hit everything else, you need to be doing the same thing for your legs. If you ain't just sticking to a machine for your chest and your arms, why stick to it for the legs? You got to treat the legs just like any other body part. We ain't skipping legs. We ain't skipping the intensity. We ain't trying to run for no leg workouts. We got to get to it. If you going hard on chest, you need to go hard on legs. If you going hard on biceps, you need to be going hard on legs, because that's going to help you. That's going to help you build out your biceps and your chest even more. Manny, or shall I squat? You can do squats. You can do squats. I don't do barbell squats no more. I was doing barbell squats from the age of 19 until last year. But my leg workouts are very intense. I do walking lunges. I do goblet squats. I do leg press machine. I do leg extensions. So I pretty much do everything except for barbell back squats. Okay, I would start training legs. You gotta train legs, man. That's you're not even training or working out if you're not training legs. You're not. Like I say, if your legs was to go right now, just say you in a walker, you in a wheelchair, your whole training will more than likely go out the window. You wouldn't even care about going to the gym. Keep those legs strong. Do I suggest using creatine? I don't know too much about creatine. I know people say it stimulates your brain, and you know it does some other stuff. It's good for the body, natural or something. I don't know too much, but I've never really been into taking nothing but protein powders. I no longer take protein powders. All my nutrients come from mainly the food. I do a few supplements, which is what is it? Vitamin D3, black seed oil, and like sea moss. Most of my nutrients is coming from the food though. Okay, I would start training legs. You gotta train legs. Do you suggest using creatine? Yeah, like I say, I don't know too much about creatine. You'll have to do your homework and research it and then go from there. Well, I thought it was because I was getting older and I had been doing barbell squats for so long, Manny. But come to find out, I was eating some chicken. Chicken used to be my main source of protein. Now it's ground turkey, right? Come to find out, the chicken was making me acidic. So I had a lot of inflammation going on through my body. You know, wherever there's inflammation at, you're going to have joint pain and all this other stuff going on, right? So once I narrowed it down and I pulled back from the chicken, right, the inflammation went away. And I'm sure I can get back under squats now, just like I'm back under the leg extension machine. I no longer feel the knee pain. I no longer feel a knee pain with me doing hack squats. I was just feeling it. I'm thinking like, man, is this how it go with age? No, it was the food. A lot of people having health issues, they don't even realize it's the food. A lot of them do. It's a serious addiction when it comes to the food. Yep, but that's why. I thought maybe my feet position was off. I'm like, I've been doing squats forever. What am I doing wrong? It was the food. It was acidic. It was causing inflammation. Inflammation mess with your joints, make it more sensitive. So at the time of the inflammation, Manny, I was only able to do like half the stack on a leg extension machine. Now I'm back to like a full stack on the leg extension machine. That's how sensitive my knees was. It's like every time I kick my knees out, just say this is my knee, right? And this my other part of my leg, the shin part, and this my feet. Every time I kick this part out, and just say this is my quad, right? And this my knee, and this the other part of my leg, this my feet. Every time I kick the weight up, it seemed like all the weight was right here on my knees. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. In the building, y'all. But that's why. How many rest days do you suggest per week? 2, maybe 3. It's up to you, depending on what other things you out here doing. Always recommend resistance training 3 to 5 days out the week, and then do some type of walking, 3, 4, 5 days out the week. You pick the system that's working for you, depending on what your goal is and whether you're in maintenance mode or what. Yep. No, I don't do hip thrust. I done them before, but I don't do hip thrust. Yep, I don't do hip thrust. All of my glute training comes from goblet squats, hack squats, and walking lunges. Like that's how I get my glute work in. Yep. How do I get energy to train when cutting? What you mean? Nutrition, sleep, nutrition. You got to make sure you getting your macros in. That's why I say about the starchy carbs, you're going to need that for your training. That'll help with your training. The starchy carb. That's why you need to eat your starchy carb. How do I get energy to train when cutting? That it is right there. So right now, if you cutting, Manny, what's your calories right now? Because right now you should be eating about 19 to 2,200 calories right now if you cutting. Somewhere around there. If you don't know your daily calories, then that means you just eating whatever. Even if it's healthy, you don't really know the numbers. You just grabbing it. Even if you losing, it's working for you. But if you know your numbers, it'll work quicker. That's what I'm saying. See, that's about right. Yep. So I know, right? Just based off that number that I threw out there. Yep. Yep. That's about right, because usually maintenance is about 500 calories up from that. Perfect. That's perfect, right? So I know what I'm talking about. All you got to do is make sure that the bulk of your calories, all you have to do is make sure that your protein is very, very high, right? Once you have that out the way, whatever is left, you can do whatever you want with it. So your 1,800 calories, just say if 1,100 of it is your protein source, well, you got 700 calories to play with. So now you can add in some carbs, some starchy carbs, some healthy fats, some fruit. As long as you don't succeed outside of that number, you're going to keep on dropping on the scale when it comes to fat. Right now, My daily calories is about 3,000 calories. My maintenance is about 25. Yep. My maintenance is about 25. Is it okay to eat rice? Is it okay to eat ice cream if it's, yeah. Just don't go too crazy with it. But yeah, you gonna lose regardless. The reason why you don't want to go too crazy with the stuff that you shouldn't be eating is because you're gonna be spiking your insulin. So you're gonna be making yourself more and more insulin resistant. You can eat McDonald's if you want. Just don't eat this stuff all the time. Just kind of look at it as like maybe once a week. Maybe just do it like a once a week thing. You know, push come to shove, maybe twice a week. But I wouldn't get too consistent with eating the bad stuff. That's why the stuff that we do eat has to be our favorite stuff. That way you never really get bored eating your favorite stuff, cooking your favorite stuff, going to the market, getting your favorite stuff. Yep, as long as it's fit. That's why they say you'll lose regardless as long as you eating your eating within your daily calories. Manny, what about Diet Cokes? I am addicted to them. They have 0 calories. Do what you please. But like I say, anything that we shouldn't be eating or drinking, you just want to pull back on it. If you're addicted like that, just make sure you're not drinking them like how you usually would drink them. If you usually drink 1 a day, do 2 a week. Until you can find something even healthier to replace it with. So if you're used to doing those every day, pull back, figure out something to replace it with as you pull them back. In the meantime, do that like twice a week. Because that's straight poison for your system. Yep. And even though it says 0 calories, even with the stuff I be recommending to people, the calories is less and the sugar will probably be less. But it's still other stuff that's hidden in there that's probably more than likely worse than what you're looking at. Those 2 things, the calories and the sugar. But that's a good start just to program yourself here. But there's other stuff in there, y'all, because they know the first thing we're going to look at is what? Calories and how much added sugar is in there. But there's other stuff in there that we probably don't even know what that word means. That's more fattening than the calories and the sugar. Yep. Should I be drinking water while weightlifting? Of course. You got to do that. I say no less than a half a gallon of water. The reason why I say no less than half a gallon is because I used to drink a whole gallon back in the day. But I say your water, you just need to stay hydrated. That's why I say about a half a gallon. Plus, you might be eating fruits or vegetables that might be high in water content. So that's going to make up for you drinking more water. You could be eating fruits and vegetables that's high in water and wondering why you're going to the bathroom and you haven't even drunk water yet for that day. That's because it's in the fruits and vegetables that you done ate. Like if you eat watermelon, well, you're going to be going to the bathroom urinating because that's 90% water. Yep. Definitely got to get the water. It's going to help your body repair, help your cells, help you stay hydrated. Definitely got to have water. I always recommend no less than a half a gallon because a half a gallon is definitely enough to keep the average person hydrated throughout the day. And as you get to drink, using more energy, whether you at work, lifting boxes in a warehouse or whatever, you're going to naturally know when it's time for more water because you're going to be what they call thirsty. Your mouth going to be dry. What are best shoulder exercises? Shoulder press. I usually go for dumbbell shoulder press. I used to do the bar, but either way it goes, shoulder press. Barbell, dumbbells. I usually do dumbbells. Shrugs, barbell, or dumbbells. What else? Those two is going to be the main ones when it comes to overall building the traps. So barbell or dumbbell overhead military press, and barbell or dumbbell shrugs. And then the other shoulder exercises, of course, lateral raise, rear delts, front delts, stuff like that. The shoulders are very simple though. It's like two movements, and then for the outer shoulders, it's front raise, lateral raise, and then rear delts. Yep. Where you located at, Manny? City, state, or country? We locked and loaded, y'all. Whoever else on here, ask whatever you want. I'm your boy, Coach Weezy, in the building, y'all. In the building. I'm still lean bulking, y'all. I'm still lean bulking, getting those gains. Oh, yes, that's right. You in the UK. Yep. England. Shout out to England. Anybody else on here want to ask me a question, y'all? Ask me before I get off. I'm about to get off in a few minutes, y'all. Usually I would be on here probably about 30 minutes longer, or just until I feel like, the vibe is starting to run out. But I'm kind of behind on schedule a little bit. Right now, I'm kind of still on schedule if I get off the live in a few minutes, but I'm kind of behind. So, Manny, you got any more questions for me? I just like to see everybody winning. If you want to, Manny, you should check out my fat and weight loss meal planner. If you want to throw in a variety of things to eat with the meal system that you already got in place, you can do that. You can do that. If you want an aggressive way of speeding up what you got in place as far as what you already eat, you keep it simple. 3 to 4 different types of meals until you get the results you want. And then once you get the results you want, of course, you're going to have to increase the calories to your maintenance. And then those extra calories that you add, you got more room to play with for your maybe a snack, or maybe more carbs or more protein, more fruit, because you're going to have to up it like 400 or 500 calories. So now you got 400 or 500 calories extra to play with. But you should check out the meal planner if you want a variety of some other stuff to eat without having to really calculate everything, because I already calculated everything for y'all. So you'll just go to my description and you'll go to my website. You'll see it. You'll just go to my description and you'll see my website. That'll give you a variety. Yeah, your meal planner. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. You can't go wrong. It's like 10 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just designed to give you a variety of different things. Even if a person just only wanted to pick stuff off the meal planner, they're going to be locked and loaded. If you need any adjustments, I'll tell you how to make the adjustments right there on the meal planner. You can't lose. Do you suggest intermittent fasting? I automatically throw a person into intermittent fasting. That's why I always recommend a person eating 2 meals a day. If they doing 3, it's still close to 2. But 4 or 5 meals, it's like, if you can squeeze that into 2, maybe 3 meals, you locked and loaded. It automatically throws you into an intermittent fasting state, as long as you're not eating anything in between the meals or outside of the meals. So pretty much when we eat, we eat. When we not eating, we not eating. That's intermittent fasting with less amount of times that we eating throughout the day. It automatically does that. Automatically does that. Even on the meal planner, it says pick 2 meals to eat for the whole day. You might eat something that you already eat, and you might only need 1 meal off there to make it your 2 meals for the whole day. So either way it go, whether you eat your own stuff one time and then you pick one of those meals to make it 2 for the whole day, or you just strictly go off of that for one particular day or a few days back to back, and you say, I'm about to eat these 2 today, and I'm gonna eat those 2 tomorrow, or I'm gonna eat these 2 today, and I'm gonna eat the same 2 tomorrow, right? Either way it go, it's 2 meals. You pick the one to eat it in. It don't even matter, because it's designed to put you in a deficit, which is going to help you burn up even more fat calories. And do you think I will lose strength in my cut? Sometimes you might lose a little strength. That's why they recommend you do progressive overload. You have to continue to lift what you've been lifting. You must. You must. Anybody that's cutting always does a progressive overload. That way, if you lose some, it's not a whole lot to take you out the game. It's not a whole lot. You have to continue to lift heavy. Whatever weight you've been lifting, focus in on that. If not, more of it. And go to failure. That's why you got to make sure your protein is high. Yeah, but not on exercises like the skull crushers. You don't want to lift on exercise like the skull crushers. That's like, it's so many other exercises that you can lift on that's going to get you better gains and quicker. That's not going to irritate your joints. Yep. Continue to lift heavier. Yep, that's the name of the game. Yep, continue to lift heavy. All right, what other question you got for me, Manny? This has been a very interesting live. I appreciate everybody that support me. I appreciate everybody that's you know, just growing, y'all. And focus on their fitness journey, and nobody got to hold their hand to help them get to their goals and none of that type stuff. So yeah. Do you prefer incline bench to flat? Every time. Incline bench is king. Once you focus more, always start with the incline bench. That's what I say in all my videos. Always start with the incline bench and then move on to flat bench or decline bench. Incline is king. Most people not even walking around with an upper chest because they focus more on flat bench. If you focus more of your energy and strength on incline, right, the rest of your chest will just come. Always focus more on the incline bench. Trust me, always. That's what really built my chest out. A chest ain't a chest unless you got that full 3D look going. The bottom, the side, the middle, the upper. That's what that incline bench do to you. It give you all those angles. Ain't nothing like this top part of your chest sticking out and with definition when you wear a tank top. When it's time for you to flex, it ain't just a chest that's out there and it ain't nothing up here. No, we got to make sure we bringing that upper chest out. That's what a lot of people is weak at. Not saying they weak as far as benching, but they might not be focusing in on incline as much as they should be, like they do in a flat bench. That's how you want to do it. You want to start with the incline first. Then once you get to the flat bench, and if you used to doing a flat bench first, of course, your strength is going to be different because you just started with the incline. But don't think your strength change is actually getting stronger, because you'll wind up seeing that you can actually, leaving from the incline, that you can start with a heavier weight than what you was doing when you first started switching over to the incline first and then a flat bench. But of course, if you was always starting in with the flat bench first and then going to the incline, of course, it's going to feel like you're going to have more energy and be able to push more weight, because that's where wherever you start at first is where you're going to use most of your strength at. Where should the barbell touch on my chest for incline? Right up in here. Right up in there. You ain't even got to think about it. Just bring it down. Right here. So not at the bottom of your chest. Not right here at your throat. But right there. Like top of the chest, maybe mid chest. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. As soon as you lined up with the thing, just the fact that you bringing it down is automatically going to line you up to where you can position your arms at its strongest length, at its strongest lift. You don't even have to think about it. Your body going to automatically adjust for it, because your arms and your shoulders, everything got to be aligned a certain way, even your head being back like this. So you going to automatically bring it down. Don't forget, You ain't gonna be back here because your arms is not naturally in a natural movement. You ain't gonna be up here because your arms ain't in a natural movement. Once you break the bar, you gonna naturally, your body is naturally in place for you to bring it down, which is gonna be about right here, probably like mid chest. Naturally. Yeah, about mid chest. You'll see. It ain't gonna be right here at your throat. Your head, your chin will be in the way. So it's gonna be about mid chest. When you first setting up the Smith machine, just do the bar by itself before you even add the weight on it so you can see where it's at. You might have to move the chair to the side, depending on if it's a chair that can be moved. Because some people be doing squats on the Smith, so usually the benches can come off the floor or the mat and get moved to the side. But make sure that's angle right, because if your bench is over, like this the bench, right? This the machine. If your bench is over this way more, you're gonna feel awkward lifting because it's gonna feel like one side is straining more. That's because the bench is off. So you got to make sure that bench is right and make sure that's why they got the grips on the bars to make sure that you lined up in place. That's what those grips mean on a bar. So it's even on a Smith machine bar. Once that's lined up right and you testing a few reps, and then a lot of times you're gonna have to move up closer or move closer back. Once you do this without the weight on there a few times and make your adjustments, then until that feel right, don't add no weight. Once that feel right with just a bar, then it's time for you to add your weights. About mid chest, yep. I use Smith machine for benching. That's cool. Yeah, for the incline, it's gonna be about mid chest. But I gotta get ready to get off here, Manny. Make sure you follow the I don't know if you follow me. Do you follow me? I don't remember seeing you on here before. This is a great live, y'all. How many reps before upping the weight? Well, always recommend a sweet spot, 8 to 10 reps on any exercise. 3 sets, some people might do 4 sets. And I always just say 8 to 10 reps. That way you don't even have to think about it. Some people might do 12 reps, but I just say 8 to 12. 8 to 10 reps. If you're going for strength, then of course you're gonna be doing less reps because you might have added some weight just to see if you can get it, and you might have only done 3 or 4 reps of that. But if we just talk about on average your reps before your last set of you upping the weight, and you just want to see if you can hit it a few times so you can keep building on top of that, I just say 8 to 10. 8 to 10 reps. Oh, shout out to you. I appreciate that. So 8 to 10 reps. 3 sets is good. If you want to do 4 sets, keep it simple. That's on you. Right? You might want to have your reps going for muscle at 6 to 8. I just know the average person that you see working out and doing sets, what's the number usually? About 10 reps each set. So I just say 8 to 10 reps. But I got to get ready to get off here, Manny. It was really, really, really interesting talking to you, man. Really, because I can tell you locked and loaded. Hey, this is how y'all do it, though, y'all. This is how we do it. You got to make sure you getting everything out, all the questions, everything, y'all. That's what I'm here for. That way you ain't confused about nothing. Nothing. And my whole mindset is keep everything simple, y'all. Do the same exercises, y'all. Just do y'all best exercises for triceps, for biceps. They really give you all that burn, for chest, for legs, and keep upping the weight. Or you can lower the weight and do more reps. But if you want to cut, you don't really want to be doing lowering the weight. Maybe you do a burnout set for the 4th set, but really you was only doing 3 sets. Maybe you just do for this one exercise for your bicep day, you just do a burnout. Not for each exercise for bicep, but maybe you done barbell curls, and then you done hammer curls, and then maybe you done something on the cable thing for biceps, right? Maybe on the cable thing, you do 3 sets, but then you feeling so good, You just want to lower the weight and just do one burnout set, and then your bicep workout is over with. But you don't want to do a burnout set with each exercise. Like, no, that's just a switch up if you're going to do it. Keep it simple, y'all. Go in the gym and do the same exercises when y'all aiming for a goal. Once y'all get to the goal or close to it, then y'all can start branching off to this other stuff that y'all have done in a while. Same as the nutrition, y'all. Eat the same stuff. Does it have to be the exact same stuff? No. But when we go in the market, we should be in and out. We should be walking past about 80% of the stuff in the market, maybe 90%, because we already know what's working for us. We already know what we gonna eat, so we just need to eat it and watch the gains happen, y'all. We in my next live. I go, let me see. Nice chatting. Oh yeah, for sure, Manny. I go live like twice a week. So usually like every three days, something like that. Usually about every 3 days. I go live like twice a week. So this Wednesday, so I probably won't be back live until Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe. Somewhere around there. Friday, Saturday. Yeah, probably Sunday. Yeah. But holla at me. Check out my videos so you can get some tips. You already followed the page. I'm about to put my link tree up in the community tab as soon as I get off here. And you can check out, because the meal planner is on my website. So if you want to go to that now, you can check it out. But I'm about to put the link tree in my community tab so anybody else can see other stuff that I got going on. So, all right, I'll see you. Yep. It's your boy, D Weezy. We out, y'all. If y'all know anybody that wants to be part of a positive community of people that's going forward and up and not down and back, make sure y'all tell them about my page. Make sure y'all tell them about us. The people that's over here focused with no distraction, and we always accomplishing our goals, y'all. It's your boy, D Weezy. We out.